We will talk today about one of the most famous illusions recent from psychology, which is the illusion of confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is the tendency to seek out, interpret, and recall information in a way that confirms our pre-existing beliefs. Instead of objectively evaluating information, we tend to emphasize facts that support our viewpoints. This cognitive bias is exhausting because instead of discovering the truth, we try to find evidence for our preconceived conclusions. And it can hinder critical thinking, discovery of facts, and new knowledge. Many studies have been conducted about confirmation bias. For example, a study found that when people were exposed to information that countered their views, they rarely changed their opinions due to clinging to pre-existing viewpoints. Studies show up to 2/3 of information searched for online confirms existing beliefs, showing how prevalent this bias is. People preferentially expose themselves to attitude-consistent information. In a study, participants read 2 fake studies that either supported or opposed their beliefs on the death penalty. Those who favored it accepted the supportive research, ignoring the counter-argument. And vice versa for opponents. This bias can blind people to alternative perspectives that may provide more nuanced or balanced views. It stops us from considering that we may be wrong and leaning too heavily on one view. Many historical events, like the U.S. invasion of Iraq in 2003, have been blamed in part on confirmation bias. Leaders sought evidence to support pre-existing policy decisions. To counter this bias, consider alternative explanations for facts and evidence. Actively seek out contradictory information. Avoid choosing evidence solely based on whether it supports your existing views. Present factual information to a neutral third party for review. Divide large questions into smaller ones to evaluate piece by piece. Take a break and revisit the evidence later with a fresh perspective. Tools like devil's advocate discussions, pre-mortems, and red team analysis can also help reduce confirmation bias in group decision-making. Discussing the devil's advocate and conducting red team analysis are both methods to overcome confirmation bias. The devil's advocate discussion involves assigning someone to adopt an opposing or alternative viewpoint, including counterarguments. This helps reveal any blind spots or faulty assumptions and identify factors that could threaten plans or decisions. Red team analysis is an approach to test and evaluate a hypothesis or strategy by discovering its flaws and weaknesses. A neutral team of experts work against the proposed plan and try to identify weaknesses before it is implemented in reality. Overall, both methods help increase awareness of alternative perspectives and unnoticed errors, which helps avoid confirmation bias and make better decisions. While this bias cannot be completely eliminated, awareness of its impact and strategies to counter it can improve critical thinking and more objective decision-making. In conclusion, we hope you will subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all new notifications. See you next time.